Hey, Sean. Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Check your microphone. Can you hear me? Yes? No?
You hear me now?
Hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. My Chrome wasn't picking up my devices for some reason. I don't
Are you
understand why.
are you still getting the echo whenever I turn on my system microphone?
Not really. I mean, I'm getting music, but that's all I'm really getting here.
Yeah, but you don't hear like your own echo when you talk.
No, not right now. No.
Okay. What's up? I guess I'll
Trying
turn
to
it
plug
off.
in my other mic to see if I can correct it because I'm not sure why it wasn't working.
Oh yeah. It's kind of choppy. Let me turn this off. Say something.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, I don't know. My devices all weren't picking up. It's weird.
I'm back writing code again, Sean. And then specifically, I'm back in the F# world. I'm actually enjoying it, man. It's kind of therapeutic. What's not therapeutic is doing the UX stuff. I'm kind of avoiding it, but like just writing F# code, I enjoy it. We can agree to disagree on the value of unit tests. To me, unit tests help me qualify the code that I'm writing, things that I didn't consider. But I like doing TDD.
I haven't seen Visual Studio 2025 yet. That must be this.
This is it. How did you know?
Oh, just the entire experience looks different. Like the way the windows are compartmentalized. They've got this kind of the space between them, the padding between them, margins between them, the gap, and the kind of like clean borders and stuff like that. And
believe it or not, 2022 is still more mature. Like there's certain things that are missing. Like for example, you can see that these automated tests were run, but we don't see any glyphs showing up. Hold up. So if I go over here, you don't see any glyphs showing up as a historical record of which tests passed or which tests failed, which is highly useful if I just want to look at the editor instead of looking down here.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person that docks my Test Explorer window down here where properties is. Other people, they just leave it floating in the middle of nowhere.
I would think that would feel a little cramped down there, though.
I mean, the only thing I care about is seeing the name of the test and the status of the test. I don't care about this window over here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I got new headphones, so I'm kind of, it's like, I know I'm hearing myself more for some reason, even though I got noise canceling on, and I don't know, it's weird. I'm hearing the traffic outside your door, which is crazy. Your mic must be picking up a lot.
Did you have I gotta turn off I think I know why. Hold up. What about now? Did you notice the difference?
No.
Yeah. My name is Scott. Scott.
Blah, blah, blah.
I
think it's because
Bono.
I think maybe because it's noise canceling, like it's screwing with me because I'm muting myself essentially.
Are they budget headphones?
The noise canceling. No, well they're budget headphones, but they're not that budget. They're like I think they're not. Are they JL Labs or JB? I think they're JL Labs.
Yeah,
JL Labs.
I like these, man. I like these so much that I'm about to cancel my what's this app called that I'm paying like $15 a month for? I don't see it. Title. I'm gonna cancel my title subscription because I think Yahoo Music works just fine. I really don't hear the difference in quality of the audio. I like these. They're pricey, but I think they're worth it. These Focal Batsys MG.
Nice.
It's $1,600.
Yeah, my other ones were all getting ripped up and stuff, but so I use this brand for the ones that I run with. So I'm like, oh, well, they were at some deals on Black Friday. I'm like, okay, we'll create them or buy them, and if they suck, we'll just give them to the kids. But
hey, Gamlor.
So far, so good.
So here's the thing. I'm stuck with a dilemma. I'll share my screen again. Dude, I'm sure Odie would have his opinions, which he's usually right. But all right, so you see like this link type and then document type, equipment details type, all this stuff, right?
Yep.
So I need to store this stuff and retrieve it, and it's relative to a user, right? A user stores their document that has a note and some associated links, right? At a high level, there's this concept of let me do it up here. At a high level, there's something called a user phase context that harbors the user ID. But this is kind of like the root, right? So, and then like under these other items like phases, sooner or later, document and note is nested under it. But in order to figure out who the user is and get stuff for that user, you kind of have to go way up the hierarchy. So my question is, do I duplicate user ID in almost all these types just to make things easier to access with less code? Or do I keep things simple and do I keep things aesthetically simple within the code base and not add user ID almost under every single type that I have in here?
Well, what do you need the user ID on it for?
When a user launches their app, they want to get the latest state of activities and the latest state of what they've accomplished. And so I'm not sure how to accomplish that without having a user ID, which is their key to getting the details that they inputted into the system. But then, like, I have some unit testing here where if you add a link, it's going to raise an event that a link was added. Typically, I use events so that my UX can subscribe to it so it can perform navigation, page navigation. And when that event is raised, the payload within that event is going to be that individual item, a link. It's not going to be a root object that has the entire universe attached to it, which I'm kind of on the fence of which one is easier and more maintainable, saving the root that has everything or saving individual elements that could be n levels nested within that root. You understand what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah. I mean, do you normalize the data, or the data for querying optimizations? You can do that for certain. I mean,
Like if I save, if let's say this JSON storage thingy, which it may this whole module right here might get deleted, but like I'm not sure if I really need to be this granular. Save note, save link, save document versus just saving everything that a user has produced. But then if I want to, I don't know. Ideally, I want to write the minimalist code, and things still work, and I don't have to jump through hoops trying to retrieve data.
are you doing this in a relational database? Like,
Nope, that's not my plan.
are you making a choice to document database then?
Right now, the first phase is the local storage on the device.
Okay, gotcha. So
And then later on, I could like upload that data to a server or something. But I still don't think it's going to be relational. It's probably just going to be a document database.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad deal to look up some sort of a record that's of who the user is, and then attach the document to it, or put a link from the document to that record. I mean, normally what I would have here, so if I wouldn't model users, I'd model accounts almost exclusively, and keep the idea of a user being the account ambiguous, because sometimes you might want to have multiple users that attach to the same account, look at the same content, and it becomes harder to do when you've hard coded everything to query off that user's ID rather than going from user to an account. And the account is what you attach everything up to.
What's the hold on? Help me understand the difference between a user and an account.
So like, they are pretty similar in a lot of cases. They're one-to-one, but they might not be. So user is an identity thing. It's who am I to your system? How do I authenticate myself? How do I let you know who I am and make sure that who I am is accurate? And so it's like a security mechanism to get into something. But then once you get in there, what they access is usually tied to their user account, but the account is not the same thing. It's like a link table.
Okay.
And the reason why is then you can have two users that want to share the same resource, and you give or the same account, and you just give them authorized access into it. And one, you might say, oh, this is the owner, or this is the key person. But I think it's good to separate the users who access things, unless it truly is one-to-one, like you never envision anybody else.
What you said makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like you do have one account and you have multiple users that attach it. So almost every service or microservice I ever create now, I always think first of like, they need to have the concept of an account within it. Like, how do you identify, or what are you trying to access within this account, and how is this tied back to things? And everything's like usually the accounts that aggregate root of the whole service or whatnot. So even if it's like a document service, you need to have some inkling of who the account, the documents are attached to in a lot of cases. Not always, but it depends. But yeah, I don't know.
That makes sense.
But anyways, I would have, usually if these were data models and they're trying to track the data, I'd have some sort of link back to what the account is in there. So it would be the same as what you're saying with user ID. Just link it back to the so document or a link. Yeah, you have to have some sort of
add,
unless it's just one big. Yeah, unless it's just one big document and you're just always upserting the same document. I mean, if you're going to put it into like a relational thing, you need the relations there. But if you're doing it as a document database, I admittedly don't have a lot of experience with document databases other than like I've done some Elastic, which isn't really a document database. It's a search index, and I've done some Mongo, but very little. It's good for some stuff, but I don't know. The like how to structure the data for querying is not clear to me. So
yeah, something's right. Hold up.
yeah.
All right, so kind of like you were saying, do this. Hold up. It sounds like you were saying do this, and then it would be some account ID.
Yeah, if you're linking back up to so I mean, if you do like a model of your data, it's like you have the user here, a user has an account has links, documents, whatever, notes, whatever the things that are coming off of it. And so those things that are linked off of the main always need to have a reference back to the root.
Yeah, they will. It would just be junction like mapping mechanism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, unless they're all just in one big document and they're all assumed to be underneath the root from there. But
the argument for adding an account ID to every business object would be if someone's trying to debug something and they're just looking at the data store, I think, and maybe they're not really that savvy to write queries like me. See, I don't know. I'm kind of a minimalist. Like, I'm gonna go with this for right now.
well, and
because it's gonna add like
remember
another like 15 lines of code for each business object. I'm adding a account ID number. I'm gonna try to go without it until I have no choice.
and remember, your data models don't have to match what your domain models are, right? So you could choose within the data layer to put the account ID on to a record there stored in the database. It's adding more complexity overall, but it keeps the idea out of there. So you'd have to pull it though. You'd always have to say, give me the documents for this account. It would go pull it and then just give you back a whole list of the accounts or the documents without the account ID in it. Of course, you could attach it there if need be, but
like for example, a link should have no concept. Okay, a link object should have no concept of who created the link. That would be a separate structure or a separate business object.
okay. Well, if you want to use a linking table,
would you agree? No, well, I mean, I'm talking about this right here. But would you agree with what I said? A link is a link is a link. A link has like some type of name and a URL, and that's it. It doesn't have an account ID.
Well, it can it should if it's owned by something, right? If this is not, I guess the big question is let's say you're putting this in some centralized database and you have a bunch of people that are adding data, right? Now they all add separate links. Are you managing when they delete a link or
yes,
when they add one? Are you deduping the links? And then is it the connection to that link that you're severing?
A link has a name.
Yeah.
In addition to the URL. So the name, I don't know if I should name if it should be a name or a title. It doesn't matter.
I mean, having the account ID on it in the like domain probably doesn't matter because you're probably querying it via the account, but in the data model, I don't know how you do it without it. Right? Unless you're doing everything within like folders, and that's the way you're structuring it. Like, here's an account folder, here's all the links, and then you never actually have to use the account ID to get into the link directory. Maybe where each, it's not one monolithic table of links, it's links within a folder structure.
I'll figure it out. Right now, I'm going to go without adding account ID to every business object and see.
Yeah,
if I
mean, might as
out.
well. It's not like later it'd be impossible to add. So
here's the operations that I have. Get phases, get current phase. A phase is, all right, like the phase of a workflow, like stage your equipment before transporting, assemble your equipment and calibrate it, tear down and take inventory or ensure inventory, stuff like that. So that's the get operations. This toggle is basically analogous to the checkbox. Equipment completed, calibration completed. Equipment completed means like the thought process, because I understand it kind of sucks, but the thought process is when you're taking inventory. But I want it to be abstract, so I don't know. Create your note, link, equipment detail, phase.
Delete. Walk through delete a note. How are you going to implement that operation?
Well, the unit test that I have.
I'm just curious because I feel like that would be a good use case for do you need the account ID on it or not? Said I don't think you do if you, except for in the data model, you probably have to have it there, unless again you're using some sort of like directory structure to host everything rather than big queryable tables. Although you could always do your everything within a directory or within a some structure, and then
the current unit test that doesn't pass because I have to fill in the guts or provide the implementation details is within my view model. Like all the unit tests, they target the view model for the system under test, and then currently, hold on, you said delete link. Why am I on add link? Hold up. Yeah, up here.
Gosh, I really love those the way that you can do those symbols with the double quote things and F#.
Oh, the test titles.
Yeah, but those are can't you do that as variable names too, like that? Not to say you would, but any symbol or identifier.
Are you saying would I be able to take a variable and reference it in the title?
Well, is that structure representative of like a variable name or like a identifier in code? Like, could you do let?
You could do this.
Link to remove. No, so in your code there where you go like let link to remove, could you double quote that and spell it out or double tick it, I guess?
You could. I don't think.
I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying like, yeah, is that a identifier thing?
I forgot to do it. No, yeah, I was supposed to do backticks. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's horrible looking.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering if that was because you said the method names. I'm like, oh, is it just for function names or can you use it across the board? It looks like it's just another way to say any identifier.
Something else I like is, I'm sure people have their feelings about it, but sometimes like you want to use the same name for whatever reason, but you can't because it's already defined. I just like doing this. Just add a tick or apostrophe. I don't know what you call that thing. Apostrophe. So
yeah, I think that's an apostrophe.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. Anyways, within the view model, because I said that, I just realized something. It should be like a selected link. That's a property got it. This is the reason why I like TDD or just CSS in general. It forces me. I think it encourages me or borderline forces me to realize things that quite aren't right? Like the link to remove is the selected link of a view model. Right. And then in theory, I don't even have to do that declaration. I can just put this in here, which kind of looks weird. I guess I could do it back like this. But anyway, they select the link. We execute a command to remove that link. That command, currently, the implementation detail of that command is it's just going to raise an event. That event was primarily intended for UX to subscribe to so that it could perform page navigation. I'm sure I don't really need to have something subscribe to an event so that it can actually store it. That seems kind of wrong to me. So I would just handle not store it, but remove it from the data store. I would just handle that in here.
Okay, but then how would you do it? Like,
well, I would have to have some type of reference to a data store instance or a data store resource, whether it's static or an object, and then within there, I would just say, like you do anything else, you would just say, in this case, this would be a selected link, and then you would say, you would say, remove selected link. I really try not to use objects as the first or by default, but you would have like storage. God, why is it so hard for me to type? You have like storage dot instance. Let's assume that I'm using a singleton or something, or let's just call it storage, whatever. Storage dot remove, and then select the link. That would be it, and then that's storage. I don't know if this project is gonna. I'm still not sure if this project is going to continue being in the solution, the storage library. I might delete it, but let's imagine that this thing continues to live here. I would have this was remove link, right? So I would have a module called remove, maybe. Module remove equals. Oh, that's going to be it. Thanks, AI. And then I don't know why. Yeah. So it'll be something like that. That's how I would do it.
But then how does it find which note? Like, how does it actually remove it from storage? Like, what is it going to use to identify?
Yeah. Okay. So.
But I guess the bigger question is, because you start with a link already populated, is how do you know if you're trying to get that link or get that list of links, how are you getting that to begin with?
Hold on, let's back up for a second. All right. So local storage lives on the device, and this library is a library is a library. It's not an Android library or an iOS library.
Mhm.
So, which is why I was saying that I'm not sure if this library that I recently added, aka project, is going to live that long, because I might remove it from the solution. But if I do keep it here, my thought process was to serialize this is the part that I was still trying to figure out. I was going to serialize it to JSON, but it doesn't really make sense to serialize a an element of a business object to JSON. It would make more sense to just serialize the entire root that contains nested elements. But that's just for saving. If we're talking about remove, it seems like it would be a lot. It seems like JSON doesn't. No. This is the part that like I'm confused with, because if I have this module called remove and I have remove note, then it sounds like I would have I would include the root business object and then the component that I want to remove from that root, and then serialize that to JSON and raise an event passing in that updated root object, and then the iOS library or the Android library is going to receive that event, and it's just going to save that entire root. You understand what I'm trying to?
I think so. That works as long as it's always single threaded, I suppose. Like you're never trying to submit two at the same time or updates at the same time.
Well,
so if you're
I'm not
reducing
using
everything
any.
to it.
I'm not using any objects. Everything is records, and records are by value. They're not by reference.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you store it to the database, because the risk is you have two threads that basically one does a read or one has a view of the data. The other one's got a view of the data. They both try to manipulate that object at the same time. One removes it and one edits it. That kind of deal. That's where things tend to fall over, right? Concurrency. Like if you're not dealing with any concurrency problems, then yeah, I think you'd have to pass in the root, because what are you removing it from, for sure? And then how do you identify where in your data storage that lives? You have to have some sort of unique identifier for it, unless you're giving the link an ID itself, in which case then that works. If there's ownership for the link, though, you should have it.
What the heck is going on? Yeah, I think this will work. Again, it'll serialize it, raise an event, and the device library, hence Android or iOS, it receives that event with the entire root, and it just saves it, just like that, the entire root. In theory, I think it works. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, there's two notes.
Oh man.
AI decided to capitalize. Doesn't understand idiomatic F sharp. Well, thanks for helping me.
Have you started using Cursor Claude yet, or any of the agentic notebooks?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for a while. I got too many things on my plate. I'm still trying to build this movie trailer, or I'm still trying to finish this movie trailer. I haven't touched my camera in like 2 months, just because. Once I remove a piece of the rig just to take photos, because right now it's configured for a video, it takes me forever to figure out how to put it back on the rig, because I'm not mechanically inclined. So I've been avoiding it.
That's you need a growth mindset. You're not mechanically inclined yet.
Right. Well, I was researching motorcycle mechanic school yesterday. That stuff is expensive, man. Well, I shouldn't say it's expensive. I didn't realize that mechanic school is just as expensive as like university. I won't say universities, but a low level university college like Cleveland State.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like maybe 6 months of training. It's typically, the research I did was like 9 months to 3 years, and the 3 years is like you're certified to do Harley Davidson mechanic work. You're certified to do Ducati mechanic work.
Yep.
Hence, I had my motorcycle tire changed yesterday, so I was getting on the mechanic's nerves, asking them questions. But I want to learn how to work on my own bikes, but I'm not going to. I thought I could pay maybe $10,000 to learn how to work on my own bikes. I'm not. I don't want to pay more than $10,000.
Yeah, isn't that part of the problem? Is we have a shortage of mechanics now because you have to do some pretty intense high training, and then like the machines are so complex now that you know it takes a lot to learn how to work with them, and then you still make minimum wage basically as a mechanic.
Well, the motorcycle dealerships and car dealers. I know a Ducati dealership, they charge, I think it's $160 an hour for work.
Yeah.
Let me close all this stuff. Everything's saved. I'm gonna close this project out. Last thing I want to share before I stop sharing my screen is the DaVinci Resolve takes like 30 seconds to load. Have you been doing anything outside of work in regards to growth and learning?
I'm still tinkering a bit with Flow. I did this last weekend. Try to start making a cartoon with it, but that was getting a little complicated. I still got to finish out my series, my web series, but I'm kind of going down to just doing one a week or less.
Web series. What are we talking about?
My that web series I made that using AI. I'm trying to see that through for the full first season.
Why do you call it web series?
So what? Like it's a series of webisodes. I don't know. It's not a TV series. It's a web series. It's like okay. I don't know. Maybe it's old school way of thinking about it. I don't know. What do you call them now? It's Melvin's Dungeons. Have I had you watch that? Search on YouTube.
I saw
Melvin's Dungeon.
How do you spell dungeon?
Oh, and yep. There you go. Ooh, I should make a Melvin's Dungeon rap. That'd be great.
This is yours?
No views. Yeah.
This is yours, right?
That's the latest episode. You kind of got to watch it from the beginning to know who Melvin is. This is Charlie and Mira. Oh, there's no audio? No, there should be audio. Maybe.
Yeah, but I didn't enable it on my share screen.
I got you. So this is Charlie and Mira, but there's a whole story that predates this. So if you go to the Melvin's Dungeon, you go to the playlist, you can watch them all in sequential order. So or if you look at my short there,
hold on, time out. Time out. No one looking at this, I would not know that it's AI.
Oh yeah, no. Well, the more you dig into it, the more it looks like AI. Well, the first few episodes are very like. So if you go back into that, click on the channel, the like channel name down by the subscribe button, and then go to the playlist.
Why did you choose Melvin? Isn't Melvin like a black name?
I don't think so.
It is.
So if you go to the very first one, like the and scroll down to the season, or like I said, go to the playlist.
Do you realize adult content is going to change?
What?
All right. So I said adult content is going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you go into there and you start with the episode 1, you could see like it's very crude to start, and I'm slowly getting better at things. So this one, I'm trying to find a way to get this next guy that shows up, Lord Evil. I'm trying to think about how to make him less fantastical, because everybody else is just humans with hats on. So he's a human with a hat. But Lord Evil here, he's not just a human with a hat, and he's got that stupid orc behind him. So I'm thinking about trying to make it where this is some sort of projection, and that he comes out and he's this like skinny little dude.
He has a Bitcoin emblem on his.
No, that's because he's a boss. So in the like lore, every character represents like a. Do you ever play like those old school dungeon crawlers where it's all console based and you just arrow through dungeons and you walk through them and stuff like that?
Oh, you mean Doom?
No, well, close to Doom, but it's just 2D. It's like Rogue or NetHack or Moria or any classic roguelike or dungeon crawler where you're represented as an @ symbol, and then all the monsters have characters that represent them. Well, these are monsters in that game, so he has a B because he's the big boss of the game. Melvin gets an ampersand from an S. He was a slime, and now he's going to be an ampersand, which makes him another boss. And then you've got like the different characters. So there's an orc, which is an O, an imp, which is an I, ghost, which is a G, rat, which is an R. And so they all have those on their helmets. And that's how you recognize which monster they are in the game. But obviously this is like pretending like people are in the game acting as those monsters. So it's a bit of a stretch in terms of whatever, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it started off pretty crude, and I think my editing's getting a little better.
Dude, you created
my prompting. Yeah, well, they're like minute-long episodes. 2 of them are extras. There's 13 episodes so far.
So do you have your own?
It's really like 13 minutes.
So do you have your prompt library now, your prompt repo?
Well, I've got a bunch of videos, and I just go back and reuse them. I am finding that certain things, like he's supposed to speak with a little bit of a British accent, and if I forget to do that, and he does quite regularly fall out of a British accent, or other people will get a British accent. So, like if you were to go to, I want to say it's The Reason, which is the season episode 12. Jenny, who's that black gal with the red hat, she gets a random British accent in the middle of it. I found out though that one of the things I want to try though is to do consistent voices. What you do is you can generate your video with Flow with the audio, or with VO3. You generate with the audio, then you extract the audio from it, and you put that audio into 11 Labs. You have a voice that is tied, that you have defined within 11 Labs. Then it can dub over the voice within and voice change the audio clip. Then you just take that audio clip and put it back in where you pulled it out of it. And that's how you can supposedly achieve character consistency with, pretty close matching on the actual thing. So I'm so far into this right now that I don't, it's kind of pointless to do that, but I want to do another project where I try to do high-end character consistency. So, but
all right, so it sounds
like you've been voice.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been involved with this.
Yeah, I've done some other. I actually I made like a. I deleted it. Never mind. Actually, maybe I could. maybe I do have it still somewhere so I could send it to you. So I think I uploaded it to some people first, but I had for a very short time. I ended up deleting the channel because I wasn't really confident that I could come up with more content for it. But I had this zombie channel with let me see if I have it or not. Oh, maybe I deleted it. But it was called World Woke Z, and it was these zombies who were like, oh, maybe I never had it on my phone. Maybe I put it. It was like these zombies who were like woke zombies. I don't know how to better describe it.
What is a woke zombie?
Just like they were woke because they got woke from being
under Biden administration.
Yeah, basically. So they were talking about, if you don't support the Z community, which is the zombies, the Z communities, that you're a Nazi. That was the
oh, that's funny. That's actually creative.
So it's like, yeah, they're not Z's like us, so they're not Z's. And it was kind of stupid.
That's actually funny. I think you should follow through with it.
I couldn't think of any other like good ways to spin it, but
you got to make sure that they earn a stripe on the LGBTQ for like.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not.
Hold on. Let me see if I can send this to you on X. Media. Oh, what the hell? I saved it.
Were you on psychedelics when you create these videos?
No. That might have been a little high, but not on psychedelics. Oh, here we go.
She's cute. Okay, so that hold up, timeout. Why is that bucket blinking? Hold up.
Good for noticing that. That's actually intentional. So my son, if you're to go back to, I think it was episode 4, wanted me to put in, it was called the egg. Maybe it was 3. It was 3. She's doing that monologue there, and she has this like little Lego toy thing behind her that my son wanted me to put in, which is why I was like, okay, I'll create a character called Egg who will be the Easter egg. And this is going to be an Easter egg in that episode. Well, then later I decided to make that into a mimic. So a mimic is just like a creature that takes other forms. And so whenever she does her dialogue now in that spot, I'm going to have a different like thing. Spinach Can has to do something. I was looking up tropes from like popular roguelikes and games and stuff. There's stupid things like they walk back here, like through this hallway they just came. But anyway, so it's like a living creature. It's actually in the game like the rest of them, but it's just kind of there. I don't know.
No, that black girl's cute, man. Can you introduce me to her?
Yeah. So Charlie and Mira, these two characters, they're like a romance angle. Like she likes him, he likes her, everything. But if you go to the latest episode and watch that, she's he falls through and he ends up meeting this other orc named Lucy, and he's just excited because he's never been out of his test level or whatever, and she's an orc and she's got cats and he's excited about it. And so Mira is a little bit jealous or thinking that maybe Charlie likes her, and so there's some tension there. But
you write all this stuff out before you or do you do all this in real time, the scripting?
I generally have an idea of what I want the episode to do, and then I just write out the scenes as they come to me to fill in the gaps. So like this one took a long time because the video generation was shit on it. This one didn't take very long, I don't think. No, maybe this one did take a little while.
How much money have you spent to support all this?
So I bought Pro first, and then I ended up buying like, I want to say I put 50 or $100 into credits before I was like, shit, why am I doing this when I can just buy the Pro or the Ultra? So I bought Ultra, and the thing about Ultra is you get unlimited VO31 low priority fast generations. So like if they're in a usage spike, they'll drop your video generation, but you can trigger 4 every time anyways, and it's 0 credits. So but yeah, I mean that's like 150 some bucks for 3 months or something like that, or like per month for 3 months, and then it goes up to 250. But
so here's a question. I think Odie would be able to answer this. If someone didn't want to go through Google's censorship for producing AI content, is that possible?
I think so. For
meaning, can they install the software and all that stuff in their closet, or like how do you I'll just say it. How do you produce adult content without the censorship of Google?
You find a model that supports it,
or OpenAI.
You have to have a model that does it. I mean, that's the thing, is you have to have a model that is trained to do it and doesn't have those limitations built in. They have, so like, I don't know. So like when I was looking at that book thing, and I was looking at Novel Crafter, and I was looking at how it connects up to OpenRouter, they have models in there that allow, spicy exotic content, and then that don't. So like if you're writing a sex scene in a book, you're not going to use ChatGPT because it won't do it for you. They have other models that'll actually do it. And so you just have to find a model that supports it. I'm sure that there's probably non-mainstream models that are doing it right now. I guarantee there are. I don't know from video so there's the 3 players are Sora, VO, which both have, thing, and then Kling. I'm not sure if Kling has got it or not. And there might be some other models too, but I'm sure that most major ones are preventing adult content at this point. But you could go to Hugging Face and look for probably models that support that. I don't know why you'd want to, but oh, I did send you that video, that other video that I deleted off of YouTube. It's in your X now, but yeah, it's I think anyways. Did I send that to you? Oh no, I didn't. I like their loader.
I'll show you my trailer before we part ways. I'm not done with it. I'm like, I think I'm like 70% done now. The thing is, I only work on it like maybe an hour and a half a week. I'm trying to build this mobile app tool. What AI platforms do not have censorship when someone wants to produce questionable video content?
I can't help you with that, Scott.
You still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Is that you or somebody else?
That was me, probably. That's that zombie video I sent you. It's deep thinking about this.
Well, because I have Pro. I have Gemini Pro. So it scours the internet in real time.
Yeah, I do too. It does a pretty good job at putting together reports for things.
I told you I prefer Gemini over OpenAI.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Its image generation is like 10 times faster.
Oh, dude,
ChatGPT is so slow.
So here's the thing I learned. So sooner or later, I have to build like a an image library that has transparent backgrounds for this mobile app that I'm building. Gemini can build it. I did a small test, and it created a list of images with transparent backgrounds. You know how much time savings that is? I hate going into GIMP.
Yeah.
So did you know that it can like produce like transparent background images?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I've used it to remove backgrounds for sure. Like I'll in a lot of those. So in Flow with VO3, like if you're gonna do an ingredients to video, like if you put a person that you want in the video, but they're in a scene, and you want them in a scene, if the image has a background, a lot of times it'll use the image background from the user and it'll get all messed up. So what I do is if I'm going to have a character, I'll put them in, remove the background, make it white or transparent, cut them out entirely, then upload that as my reference image. And then it won't confuse, like when I say put them in the scene or have them do something in the scene, it doesn't confuse the background that they have with it. So I've used it to do that. And then I've done it before where I've then copied into paint.net and I've ripped out the white background. But
what is NS?
Not safe for work.
Oh, I don't know why I thought women. I'm like, not safe for women.
Yeah.
God damn. Like, okay.
Non-structured firewall. That's what it means. No. Non-safe firewall.
A massive 13 billion newer open weight models. A massive 13 billion parameter model released as open source, while the official demo has safeguards.
That's insane. Grok 3 or Grok 5 or 6, whatever they're on now, is supposed to have 6 trillion parameters. Is what they're going to train it on.
Well, how much will the hardware cost me if I wanted to have my own studio?
A lot. It's the GPUs, man. But you can run some models on if you have enough RAM and enough whatever, you can run some stuff on your PC. It's going to be kind of slow. But your MacBook would probably run some of the models. You could probably run some of the smaller DeepSeek models and things. You could also see if those are available through OpenRouter too. OpenRouter's got a bunch of stuff that they run models for. But you could download a llama and then just try it. I've done it on one of my machines. It was slow, but it works technically. Yeah.
Did it take a week for it to produce a 5-second video clip?
Oh no, I couldn't get video, man. That'd probably be way too intense. I just simple text it had slow times with.
Looks like I lost my my DaVinci Resolve icon.
It was straight there.
Yeah. It was here. Now it's just a page. The hardware will likely cost you $0. You already own one of the best machines for running these models locally. The MacBook Pro M4 Max is exceptionally capable for AI because of its unified memory architecture. Unlike PC users who are limited by the VRAM on their graphics cards, your Mac's GPU can access almost all your system RAM. It looks like you were right, Shah. The critical factor is unified memory RAM amount. If you have 36 gigabyte RAM base M4 Max, you can run multi SVD and whatever. This is already better than 95% of customer PCs. If you have 64 gigabyte, I have 128 gigabytes around.
Then you're in God tier of local AA.
I still haven't taken it out the package yet. What you need, since you have a computer, your only potential cost are storage. Did my DaVinci Resolve open yet? Let me show you my progress so far. I'm gonna send Odie this link or this page. I already have they said 120. Yeah, I already have a 2 terabyte external SSD. Mm-hmm. I just bought a 4 terabyte CF Express card for my camera. That thing costs $1,100. That's what I want to shoot videos with. How do I share this? My name is Scott. I'm on the block. I'll run up in your spot. I don't know what to rhyme with that. Let me send this to Odie.
Flick you like a twat.
Like a twat. You know what a twat is?
So I said flick you. No. I don't know.
How can I share the entire session? Hold up. How do I do this?
Go to the very top, maybe.
Listen.
Where the uncensored AI video generation platforms title is, where that drop down is. It might be in there. You might be able to share the entire thread.
I can't just do this up here?
No, I don't know. It might be
because
it's personal.
So you say it goes to the
click
top
on the
what?
title. The very title, the top title. Yeah, click there. Do they have a share on there?
Oh, you're smart. You're one of those smart people. Okay. My name is Scott. I'm on the block. People think they know me. I say for what? Okay, hold up. I hit trees like Sonny Bono from Cleveland to Toronto. People just don't know. Where's my?
Well, while you're there, click on my sent a video real quick and watch that stupid thing. If it loads, it's not very good, because it's just kind of whatever. But I'm surprised it's taking so long to load, though. What the hell, X? Why are you so slow, man?
Well, that's loading. All right, so I gotta enable my audio. How do I do this? How do I enable my audio? It says it is enabled. Okay. Oh no, it's not. All right. How do I get back?
You doing anything fun this weekend?
No.
Oh. I got ice fishing early first ice.
Audio.
The best way to do my part.
Yep.
Wasn't with a weapon, but with my farming hands.
For many years, a lot of us have been interested in considering the possibilities of meeting other life forms, other intelligent beings.
Music licensing reimagined.
Where's the enemy?
Was blind, but now I see.
Oh no! Hold up. Okay, so that might be a reason for me to unpack my MacBook now. Did you see the choppiness?
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm streaming at the same time that I'm playing this.
Probably.
Yeah, let's just try to capture the last. Well, let's rewind 10 seconds.
Music licensing reimagined.
Where's the enemy?
Was blind, but now I see.
Inside, Edward, now. Go on, kid!
That's pretty much it. So I'm like 70% done now.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Sean, oh yeah, am I supposed to check up on your link? Hold up. It's not coming through.
It's just friggin' churning. What the hell?
Yeah.
Does it come through with a refresh? Page refresh?
I mean, I clicked off and clicked back on it.
I don't know, like X's chat has been weird lately because they switched to their like encrypted stuff.
Oh, here we go. Hey, you're right.
Well, it's still showing up 0 though. Like, see, for me it shows up as sent. It's so weird. Here, I could just show it on camera.
No, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If you're not an ally of the Z community, that makes you a not Z.
I see what you're saying. You know, sometimes I think about the humans and I wonder, do they just want to live their lives without us, you know, attacking them?
I mean, they're not Zs. That gives us the right to, you know, eat them.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense? Am I just talking gibberish?
I mean, we didn't ask to be woke from death like this. We were woke this way, so they just need to accept that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for sure. When I woke, I was like, man, I wish I had a brain.
Hey, can you stop it?
No,
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
That was it.
You're not an
It's just a
ally of
short,
the
like,
community. That's-
Clip from a fake
Can you
podcast
stop?
with these two.
Hey, no, seriously, I think you're on something.
No,
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
I couldn't
Did
think
you,
of I couldn't think of any other content to do with them. Like,
Well, time out. I think you're on to something. You didn't publish that as a YouTube short?
I did, and then I deleted
That
the
was
channel. No, not
No,
on Melvin's
no.
Dungeon.
Hold on. No, put it back. Why did you delete it?
Because I was just like, I can't think of any other content for it. So I'm like,
It doesn't
this channel
matter.
is going
Doesn't-
nowhere.
Doesn't matter. Put it back. That was really good. No, it was. I think to me,
I could
think,
maybe re-upload it as I could probably re-upload it onto like a general, like AI. Like if I just made the channel about general AI videos.
No. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think that was fire. And I mean, I'm not really known for execution, but I think you could take off with just a channel being about woke zombies and just create a whole bunch of shorts. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
I know. Well, so like you get into some of the crossovers and they're there, but eventually it just like there's only so far you can take it.
Doesn't matter.
So I don't know what it would turn into. Like
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
let its life cycle go through its natural life cycle. But I think that was fire.
Yeah, I had it as a YouTube short. It did actually pretty well. It got burst out initially and then it didn't pick up anything, and then it got burst out and picked up like 1,000 views one day, and then it went back into dormancy.
When
I did
was
end up
this?
getting like.
Did you have tags on it? Did you properly tag it and put the
I
description
tagged it all. I tagged all of it and stuff like that. But like I said, even if I could get it back in place, I started working on a second episode and it was just boring because I couldn't think of.
It doesn't matter.
I couldn't think of anything to do. Like, what are they actually talking about? Are they woke? Like, are they going to be like, yeah? So like, the oppressors, the human oppressors are like.
I will take time to try to assist you the best way I can with that, but I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I could share you the Flow project and you could take it over. But it's actually pretty easy to. It's not too hard to replicate something like that with AI though. So I just generated this. I'm like, give me a zombie woman who's got like in the style of like The Walking Dead, who's got like is clearly woke. So you see her shirt. She's got like almost like a BLM type shirt on. And then she's got a septum piercing, which is key, and blue hair. And then the host, I just asked for a random like zombie guy who looks like he's fairly reasonable.
So look, I think I could help you with this. I think I could take what I'm learning about like movie trailer stuff, and I think I could help you with it.
Yeah, but the comedy writing is the hard part. I just said, like, where do you go past not Z? And
I could like probably help with that too. I think if you can't tell, like I'm pretty impressed with that, and I think you're onto something. That's like my 6th time saying that. Yeah. I think you're limiting yourself. I don't think you realize.
I sat and tried to like, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like people subscribed to me like out of the blue, not just people I asked to. And, but then I got into episode 2 and I'm like, or clip 2.
Nope. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's because you are not asking people what they think and for ideas. I think I can help you with this. Like, they get invited on to, so we could do or you can do it. I'm not going to inject myself, right? But you could do a parody of what's that black radio show with
Breakfast Club?
Yeah, Breakfast Club with whatever the guy. You could do a parody of that in which they get invited to the show, and wherever your imagination takes you, and I can help you with that. I really think you're onto something.
Yeah, it is a weird universe, but I don't know. Yeah,
that dude's name. Maybe that dude's name. Something the guy. Like we could.
The guy. His name was Justin Pieces.
No. On Breakfast Club, something the guy.
Oh, Charlemagne.
Yeah. Like you should do a parody of that.
Who did Charlemagne?
And them saying some like some ignorant, they weren't aware of racist things about what they have in common with the black community. I think you should produce another episode and let me just bounce some ideas off of me, or let me give you some ideas. I'm dead serious.
Yeah. Well, I would have to reframe it anyways, because
I like that way better than your castle medieval
thing. Oh yeah. That's more something I'm interested in. But I think I'd have to figure out how to frame the channel so that it's not, because I originally framed it as this is going to be clips from the fake podcast. But like I said, there's not a lot, like when you get into it. I couldn't think of where I would take it. Like, so that I had an episode where he was gonna, so her name was gonna be Dead Name, and he was gonna introduce her like, oh, hi, Dead Name. We welcome to the studio, Dead Name. And then she's like, thanks, Justin. Happy to be here. And then she's like, my pronouns are Z-Zomb. And he's like, oh yeah, Zomrad, okay. And they're just kind of punny, and then I'm like, and then he asked her body count. And she's like, whoa. She's like, not even, and she's like, I guess that's what people do on these things. And she's like, yeah, I've eaten like 167 brains. Like, yeah. Like, I don't know.
You should bring it back.
All right.
I think you. Again, I mean, obviously we come from like different places, so some things I may not appreciate as much as like you and like your people. But
What do you mean,
I
you
like
people?
I like the zombie one way better than the movie.
Well, yeah, no, I mean it has more mass appeal. That other one is more of that's a niche type thing. Although I was starting to work on a cartoon for that, where I took all the characters from that and I made them just standard adventure type kids or like people, and I was gonna do like a He-Man type cartoon or like a Conan or like a Dungeons and Dragons type cartoon where all these different characters jump into like they're kids and they find a tunnel and they like transport into like this fantasy world where they've got to be like where they just fight bad guys, just like Black Star or He-Man or any of those kinds of like sword and sorcery type shows from the early 90s.
Nope. Focus on the zombies. Produce more clips, and then I'll build a trailer for it.
Yeah,
I'll build a
sure.
2-minute trailer.
Yeah, I had a shrunken head too, but that it was originally going to be the host, but the shrunken head was like kept growing a body and stuff in the flow, kept giving it a body.
and you have to have either a toddler zombie or like a 5-year-old zombie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Baby. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so like the body count thing and being like how many people they've eaten is it's one thing, but
Zombie
I don't know.
is an Indian zombie child or baby. Zombie, get it?
Zombie. I adopted Zombibi from Cleveland.
No.
During the fall.
No, from Dearborn, Michigan.
From Dearborn, Michigan during the fall.
And then they're scared of ice. Dude, you can take this in so many ways.
Yeah. Zombies don't do well in cold weather. They tend to freeze up, and then they're. No, I pretty much hate every zombie film that ever has the cold weather zombies.
Invasion of Zombies, and they're just baby zombies, and they're invading.
Or the Zombuts.
They're invading Cleveland Heights, or what's a popular suburb? The Hamptons. I'm excited for you, even if you're not excited at all. I think you should put some more work into getting some more clips, and I'll help you with like some scripts. So
yeah, all right. I'll think about it or do it. I'll spin up a YouTube. I just have to figure out how to brand, because originally it was supposed to be just podcast clips from this fake podcast, and it was called the World Woke Z podcast. But maybe if I just called it World Woke Z and then left off the podcast part, and maybe if I assemble like 2-3 more episodes or clips or things, and maybe it doesn't have to be all podcasts either. Could be. It doesn't
have to be. It's
just zombies that are intelligent and they can talk, but they clearly eat humans still.
You have podcasts, and then you have screen cuts to like historical events of them, like of something on the streets, and then you go back to the podcast, just like any podcast, like Joe Rogan stuff. I would be excited to help you with this. I think you're onto something. I don't know how many times I can say that. So,
all right. Well, if you want to send me some ideas for scripts,
if you need help with a budget, then I'm open to that as well.
Yeah, I don't need the budget. It's mostly just time and effort into building out the characters and the script writing. Like I said, that one kind of fell into my lap because I was talking to my nephew one day, and I'm like, it'd be funny if you had this like video of these zombies talking about the Nazis, and they were woke, and because of how like super woke people always refer to you're a Nazi, and how just brain dead that idea is, because barely anybody is actually a Nazi. Like there's some neo-Nazis, but they're like a very, 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 very small percentage of the population. Like you'd think it with how much people like call people Nazis, it's
I can spell zombie.
really
I'm trying to
not.
type you a message and
Zombie.
Zombie. I was using ZA.
Yeah, not Zambi.
ZOMBA what?
IE. ZOMBIE.
Okay.
Zombie.
I'm gonna give you some characters. Sing, right?
They could perhaps hate the Cranberries song because it appropriates their culture for language for to bring attention to a human war.
That's it. And let me try to give you a third idea. Yeah, this one I think is funny.
So would you imagine those two same characters talking, or would you imagine like a big cast of various zombies?
Hold on for 1 second.
Yeah. And humans, actually, for that matter. It started on another.
Look at your Twitter.
Zambibi. Breakfast Club interview with accidental offenses. Convinced, yeah, stripe color for them. Stripe/color. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good. We want the Z added to the flag right here, but the humans won't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what were you asking?
Actually, if I could somehow fit that into the Minnesota flag controversy, that'd be hilarious.
Minnesota flag controversy.
Yeah, haven't you seen it? So we got a new state flag, and it looks oddly similar to the Somali flag.
Really?
Yeah. So like our old one was a state seal with, and they're like, it's racist. It's a racist flag. So we're going to get a new flag. They don't look exactly alike. It's basically, they both have stars with blue colors. That's the similarities, but they're, one's got more edges on the star and then there's this extra stripe or whatever. So, but, pretty much the joke in Minnesota is that, and actually probably most of the US, is that we made our flag into the Somali flag.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's using the same colors.
Yeah, similar colors. Yeah, the flag's kind of crappy though too, because I think the colors that were selected fade really quickly. So all the flags that I've seen look
that's
faded already.
That's not a coincidence at all.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they had a statewide thing, and we all voted, or people could vote on what they wanted, but who picked the options and stuff, I don't know. But they were all kind of variants of this kind of star, North Star, river color, whatever. So I don't know. I suppose it's about that time. But
the last idea is maybe create some clips that are relevant to current events going on with their input on it at a podcast table. Yeah. So for example, like, Trump calling Somalis in Minnesota garbage. Which I think it's funny, but
well, he called Elon Umar or whatever, one of our representatives.
Yeah.
Garbage, I think.
Yeah. So another idea is to get their commentary on that could be, again, more. That's more clips, right, for them responding.
Yeah, see, I'm overthinking the world building though. I'm like, in what world do the zombies exist but the government's still intact? Like where they're like there's there's continuity issues and stuff. But I guess if you treated them like they're
That could be handled. That could be
Like
handled.
they're an
in a prequel.
underrepresented group. Like they're an underrepresented group that just, didn't like still is around, and they still have to eat humans. But I was trying to think of like what would be the
all that
the
stuff could
gays
be
for
handled.
Palestine type thing.
All that stuff could be handled in a prequel. It doesn't have to be solved now.
What would be like the X for zombies that is the same as like gays for Palestine, where it's like it boggles your mind because it's like they wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it's just oxymoronic for it to be humans for zombies or anybody for zombies because they're literally trying to eat you. But
vegan zombies, or can a zombie be a vegan?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can a zombie be a vegan? What would maybe they use lab grown brains, and that's and it's the Bill Gates lab grown brains for zombies.
Another one is a court case where like
a Judge Judy type thing.
Well, I mean maybe, but funny. But the law is that the law is that if you're trying to preserve your life or the life of others, then you can hurt or kill somebody.
Stand your ground, yeah.
But that case is they're committing a felonious offense, so I'm not sure that's not going to work. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of a court case script off the top of my head.
But yeah, I guess you could just go into a bunch of different ones. What if you made a bounty hunter that's a zombie, and he does it to I don't know, to eat the I don't know, Zog the bounty hunter. See, when you get into it, it's like it's hard to think.
Oh no, you have a woke zombie that's running for election, and then
like the mayor of the guy who ran for the mayor of Minneapolis,
and them specifically targeting a city, and you're making fun of that city because of how left they are.
I got you. So like, ground it more in reality in terms of
make it relevant. Here's an idea.
Clearly parody because it's zombies. So
here's an idea, and it doesn't have to be executed. But what if you grow these clips that are relevant to social events or current events, but it's also participating in a propaganda machine or participating in propaganda to make a case for something. So
yeah, it could be.
It's a conversation. It's entertainment, but it's also jab. Kind of like what South Park does, I think, where like as well as that African American anime cartoon from back Dots, right? It takes jabs, shots fired, right?
I'll think about it. I got to run here though, so
I guess I should
catch up next time. Sorry.
All right, we'll catch up.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.